Joining me now to discuss more on this is President of Strawmark LLC, Hillary Fordwich. She's our special guest today. Great to see you back, Hillary.
You too. Thank you for having me, Tracy.
So what do you make of the letter from Melania Trump? I mean, as a mother, I'm sure that hit home to you.
Oh, it definitely hits home to me, and I'm sure all parents across our nation. But Putin doesn't care. Last month, he sent 20,000 Russian men to their deaths. He sent them to be slaughtered. So does he care about human life? No. So I don't think it's going to change anything. What I think it does do is it brought global attention. You're speaking about this. We have this on this show. I was on GB News. We were talking about the same thing. Sky News Australia wants to talk about that. The whole world now has the attention focused on 20,000 children, 19,000 to be specific, nearly 20,000 children that have been stolen and taken to Russia. So I think the attention she's brought to this issue is very important.
Absolutely. And with such grace as well. I mean,
yes.
I don't know if this is true or not, but to me it seems like that's really an unusual move for a first lady to make.
To get involved.
Yeah.
I think so. And I think, again, what did she do? She brought attention to it. She showed the humanitarian nature of the United States, because we're not in the, remember, this is not our war.
Right.
We're not in this for a fight. President Trump wants to go down as the president of peace, and she's showing as a great partner, as a great first lady, she wants peace and she wants those children to have the attention brought to them. And I'm glad she did. I think it was the right thing to do.
Yeah. And what did you make of that meeting on Friday with the president? I mean, do you think Putin can be trusted?
Well, no. I mean, anybody who says he can be trusted is foolish. No, because everybody, don't listen to what people say, look at their track record. Right. Of course he can't. But I will say this. Nobody's really talking about this. Where is the United Nations in all of this? Aren't they supposed to be a peacekeeping force? We spend $2.28 billion at the United Nations. How come they didn't have this summit? This is not our war. I think President Trump is trying to solve it. Now you ask me, what exactly did I think of the meeting? Well, I don't think it was exactly what everybody wanted. Everybody would have ideally liked a peace accord to have come out of that. I think Senator Rubio is exactly right. What he said was both sides have to give, and basically he was saying that neither side is going to be completely happy. I think no one came out of this completely happy. I do think Putin has made concessions, and I think behind the scenes, what President Trump is also doing, this is why he's developed a relationship with Modi of India, which is, don't forget, the Indians are buying Russian oil. The Chinese are buying Russian oil. We need to squeeze Putin financially, because what does Putin care about? There are three things he cares about. He cares about being diplomatically involved back in the world, on the world stage, which is why he said to President Trump, oh, let's have the next meeting in Moscow. So number one, he cares about being not a global pariah anymore, but being accepted back into the global community. He cares about his economy. He does not need his economy absolutely bankrupt. And he cares about saving face and not military defeat. Those are the three things he cares about. And I think from that perspective, we moved the needle, we didn't solve it.
So you think the sanctions will work? What about BRICS, though?
We have to put pressure on BRICS, onto Brazil. We have to put pressure onto India. Like I said, we have to put pressure on them to impose economic pressure on Putin, because that's one of those three things he cares about.
Yeah, of course, a big meeting today, a high-stakes meeting here in D.C.
Yes,
a lot
European
of
leaders.
Yeah, a lot of security
here. And,
yeah, so let's talk about that. I mean, we saw the high-stakes meeting, a high security happening here in Washington, D.C. What does it say to you that all these European leaders are coming here as well? I mean, not just Zelensky.
Well, first of all, from a very sort of petty standpoint, it shows that the U.S. is now the center of the world, the center of the power, because they're all getting on a plane. By the way, the people that care about global warming getting on planes, that's a whole other issue.
Good point, though.
Now, I can attest that they're here because the helicopters and all the road closures in Washington, D.C. So why are they coming here? Because President Trump is the only one that brought this to the table. Interesting that Hillary Clinton has actually said that she would actually nominate him for a Nobel Peace Prize.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Well, given that she's being investigated, no wonder she wants to get nicey. But I think, what does it mean? It means that we're the center of the world. That's what it means. We're the center of the power, and they know we're the only ones that can get it done. And this is between, don't forget, Zelensky and European leaders and Putin. This is not our war, and I think it's very important they came, and that's why they came, because President Trump is the one to get it done.
Yeah, some of the morning shows, I think it was Margaret Brennan on CBS, when she was interviewing Secretary Rubio, her narrative on this take with the European leaders coming in was that so that Zelensky doesn't get bullied this time around, and Rubio did push back on that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, he did push back on that, and I think it's absolutely true. They want to have a united force, a stronger force on one side against Putin. Yes.
And we will see what happens today. All right, Hillary, great to be with you. We'll see you a little bit later in the show. Thanks for coming back.
Always, Tracy.